Okay, so any public invited to be heard? You know that you were recording. Okay, fantastic. And did everyone have an opportunity to review the minutes from the last meeting? Is there a motion to approve the minutes? Thank you, Tom. Is there a second? Thank you, Katie. All right, all in favor? Any opposed? Okay, that is unanimous. And we'll move on to accessions. So Eileen, I'll hand it over to you.
This should be a short presentation this month. You just got the one donation, one gift. This is a large collection of images that came in. Anne Denny is a local historian and author of a few books, Boulder County area, and donated, 297 slides and accompanying 117 images that are digital. And these are a few examples on the screen. Most of them are from this Boulder and Weldon County. Any other questions about the collection?
What are the dates?
Oh, let's see, they range from turn of the century, 1890s up to the 1990s. Some are scans of family photos from the turn of the century, all the way up to photographs that she took herself in the 1980s and 90s.
Great.
It's a large, it's a kind of an exciting donation. It's a big one.
Yeah, Anne's been a local historian for many years, and basically this is all of her Longmont photographs downside, so we're excited to have this, because every photo she documented where she took it, story behind it, if it's a scan of one from somebody else's collection, whose collection it came from, a lot of rich.
So that photograph in the top right, was it 1915, 1920?
I think he's harvesting cabbages.
And that, I believe, is one of the Japanese American families. She has several collections that were photographs from Japanese American families. And it's a big addition to that, an area we really admire.
Any other questions on these photos or this collection? Is there a motion to accept or decline these exceptions?
I move that we accept.
Thank you, Bruce. Thank you. All right, anybody else seconds? And all in favor? That is unanimous. All right. That was easy. All right, moving on to reports. We'll hand it over to you, Aaron, for the first thing.
So you all received the director's report, so I am not going to read it. I will hit a couple of highlights. So the job announcement for the museum director position actually was posted on Monday. Our goal is to have the position filled no later than mid-August. And that search will be headed up by Jeff Frieser, who is the director of recreation and culture. He is over the museum as well as the recreation libraries. That is the word on that. Exhibits, next week we will be taking down the duality exhibit. So if you haven't had a chance to see it, it's a wonderful exhibit. Please check it out before it closes on Monday will be the last day. And then we will switch over and June 9th we will open agriculture. There's a multi-part collaboration between artists, farmers, Longmont Museum, and Boulder Museum of Contemporary Art. Very exhibit that very interesting. Not only are there things here, but also area farms. Auditorium is kind of shifting from winter, spring to summer programming. Summer concerts will be starting up in June. Similarly, education right now shifting school. The last school tour was today. In a little over 2 weeks, they will be moving to summer camp now. Summer camps, once again, are all nearing being completely full, so we're very excited about that. For museums programming this summer. Collections, Eileen's been working a lot on various software projects, getting our new collection management software up and running, doing a new mobile website that will connect for the agriculture exhibit, like that. Lots of installations with art in public places. We are seeing good visitation. The duality exhibit has kind of declined a little bit in the last month. We're hoping we can have a push, and we extended the run a week in part because the guest curator, Greg Deal, is actually the keynote speaker at a National Museum Conference that's going to be in Denver starting this Friday. We hope a lot of the folks from that museum conference will come up and check out the exhibit while they're in Denver, especially because Greg is. I will let Megan talk more about the capital campaign, her report, and marketing is marketing duality and is shifting over to agriculture. So that is a few of the highlights. I'm happy to entertain any questions on the whole report.
Are you co-marketing with the Willard Museum and Contemporary
We are. We've got a joint marketing piece that is a map of all of the different locations where you can see art, as well as promoting all of the programming that ties into the exhibition.
What's going on with the selection of the art?
Public art today, they are, and until what, Sunday? They are painting a mural. Which park is it in?
Ninth and Alpine. Yeah, there's a box culvert and a bike trail path next to Old Oliver Ditch at Ninth and Alpine. Goes under Alpine. And we started repainting the mural with the artist Pat Milbury today. And it goes through the weekend with volunteer community member help. And it's a repaint, but it's a similar style because it's the same artist. So it's pretty cool. It's basically with the blue solutions.
Are you involved, is the museum involved with the selection of the things on 4th Avenue? 4th Avenue in Maine?
The Art on the Move program from AIPP recently installed 4 or 6 new cement or concrete plinths, and so those will be rotated annually within the Art on the Move program.
So those are annual installations?
Correct.
And every year there'll be, they'll switch them around?
Yeah,
Okay, right.
and the dancers will rotate, so that should be back now. Yeah.
Thank you all.
Report of the chairs next. I have no report. So unfinished business. Want to talk about the resolution from the Museum Advisory Board to the City Council in support of the museum expansion and capital campaign. So Joanne included that in the packet for today. So did you want to update everybody on the council meeting?
Sure. So April 26th, City Council voted to place several city projects on the November ballot, including a new recreation center, new branch library, performing arts center. The museum had elected not to be on that list because we were doing the capital campaign. But we did very much want council to be aware of operating funds, and that's really the key thing that the city can provide. And that was actually something that several council members did mention in that meeting, that they thought once funding had been raised for museum expansion, that a ballot issue should be placed on a future ballot, not this year, but subsequent year, that would be dedicated to museum operating expenses. So I thought that was very positive. That City Council did recognize the need for operating support for the museum. And so that's kind of where we are. City staff is obviously doing a lot of research now on exactly how much these ballot issues are going to cost, to get the final language that will go on for ballot.
Just an observation, people are freaking out about the property taxes.
I know.
Now that there's these wonderful projects on the, that was,
So, yeah, there was some discussion about delaying to 2024. Council elected to put them on this. So, certainly I think a resolution from the advisory board supporting that future museum operating expense ballot issue would strengthen our ability to go back. One of the things that we are planning to do is go back to City Council and have them pass their own resolution, which wouldn't be able to bind a future council, but at least would provide a documentation. This council feels strongly that the museum operating should be on a future ballot issue. So, having support from the advisory board would strengthen that.
so should we do a motion?
Yeah, does anybody have any questions about the language of the resolution, any concerns?
Beautiful job.
Yeah.
Catalyzed it was mostly.
I only had one change and it's been changed. It was just a grammatical, singular plural thing or something.
Okay, so yes, the motion was great.
And move that we accept the resolution as written.
Is there a second? Okay, Catherine. All in favor? Okay, that is unanimous. Fantastic, so that resolution is adopted. We'll proceed with it.
You're so persuasive,
Great, so we'll send that over to the city council.
I just want to thank Eric for relatively short notice for all the statistics that he provided to me. I think it was Monday, and penciled in on Tuesday. So thank you for all that good information.
Thanks so much to Tom and to Kate for speaking. Yes, sorry, I'm a little fried today. But yes, appreciate the folks that spoke. And I look forward to working on this.
Yeah, it seems like there's lots of irons in the fire right now. So speaking of which, Megan, if you want to talk about the capital campaign.
Sure. So hi everyone, I know you here, for those of you who I haven't haven't met. It's really nice to see you all. So I'll talk broad strokes about the capital campaign. We are having a capital campaign, which is very exciting to expand the museum in different capacities. And so currently where we are is we have contracted with Prismatic Consulting. They're a local consulting group out of Longmont, which has been really great and allowed us to move seamlessly into some things. And they are wrapping up a feasibility study, which will inform a lot of how we are going to move forward. And then the other simultaneous thing that's happening is I am putting together a capital campaign committee. So if you or anyone you know in the community is interested in being an outspoken advocate for the museum and our capital campaign, please send them my way. But those are kind of the big things that are happening right now. And I'm happy to answer any questions that I can.
Being relatively new to Longmont, although it's been 6 or 7 years now, what type of corporate support do the area organizations, nonprofits see? Are you familiar with it?
That's a great question. It's definitely something we're going to be exploring. The museum does have some partnerships that sustain us in a more general operating way, and for currently existing projects, like for example, Elevation Credit Union is the presenting sponsor of the Day of the Dead, and Highlands Bank just came in as a presenting sponsor for our summer concert series. So there definitely is corporate support towards the museum. We haven't quite gone to the place where we're going to try to see what that looks like in a capital capacity, but it's certainly under there.
So the total amount is 30 million.
That's a number that we brought to City Council as kind of what we think would be a top amount. I can't say that that's what it's going to actually be moving forward. It's going to depend a lot on what we see from this feasibility study and how things move forward in looking at the plans and all of that.
And 5 million has been raised, is that right?
Yes.
Has been committed.
Yes. Yeah, 5 million has been committed from the government.
As well as 1.6 million from the city.
Yes.
All right, so almost 7 million.
Eric had spoken last time about the different phases of the expansion. So are you planning on doing the capital campaign or considering doing the capital campaign in phases as well, or trying to get a top line number and just?
Great question. A little bit of both. Certainly the ideal would be that we front load a lot of the donations and get a lot of money in the door upfront so we can just move forward before inflation and things keep expanding the cost. But as with any fundraising, but specifically with capital campaign fundraising, we feel confident that there will be more support as we start to see things happening. You know, as walls come down and as the community is more aware that this is really happening. And then certainly there will be a large push at the end to get us over the threshold. And there are a lot of donors who like to come in and be the hero gift, and certainly we'll take it. And so there will be some phasing, but that won't really be the public persona of the fundraising. It'll be kind of seamless.
How much do you need to raise before the physical property expansion actually begins?
That's a great question.
The expansion is actually already started. In fact, the contract for phase 1A is being signed this week, which converts our textile storage, which we emptied out and moved all the collections out for offsite, to offices. So that, which is about 340,000. We'll start later in September. So that's already underway, and then the next phase is redoing the courtyard, that we hope to start ideally late this year if we can get all the permits and permissions in place.
You have enough money, you have enough money.
And we have enough money for those projects.
What will be the third?
And then phase, we're calling phase 2, would be gallery expansion.
Do you think you have enough for that?
And at this point, that would still require.
How much more?
That is still something we're working on. As you all may know, construction prices are crazy right now, so just trying to keep ahead of those has been a challenge in this project. And so we are working with our architects and also with staff on prioritizing and choosing, really making sure we get what we really need for this expansion.
How many phases are there?
Right now, as conceptualized, there are 3. And so the third phase would be an education wing, and also doing trees and things like that.
And that would go where the wing would go?
That would go, basically, most of the expansion would go to the west, and then education wing would kind of go to the north. All of this is still very much subject to change.
So the courtyard and the office renovations, is that part of the Stewart monies, or is that reserves that the museum has?
I mean, essentially, the Stewart and city funding combined to allow us to do those phases.
What, if any, role do you foresee naming rights for when you get to the expansion?
It's a great question. So, one of the things that we're really focusing on in the capital campaign is making sure that it's community-based, that the local community really feels involvement and a buy-in to what's happening here. To that end, this has not been solidified. The idea that's rising to the top is that certainly there are going to be some donors who are interested in naming rights, and in those conversations, we're hoping to shift a little from traditional naming rights to focusing on historical figures in Longmont and naming spaces after people who have paved the way to be where we are. And so, again, those conversations are really evolving and seeing how donors feel and what our community engagement looks like, but as it stands, move down the line, we will hope to have a group of people come together and vet, for lack of a better word, names of different rooms that could be presented as options for naming rights.
Is there anywhere in expansion that smaller donations, the way we did for seats in the Stewart Auditorium, or, not?
Yes,
I mean,
definitely, yes. To have an impact, you don't have to donate a new museum wing. Certainly, again, we're very focused on making this a community effort and making sure that every dollar is recognized and understood to be meaningful, because we're not going to get to where we need without a lot of support and on all different levels. And so, actually, Angela called me earlier, and I can't get over the story, it's so wonderful. And she was talking to a community member, and they handed her $5 to go towards the expansion. And I think that, those are that's the first money we raise from the community. I think that that's really beautiful, that people see the value in the museum, see the value in arts and public places, and that's the campaign that we want to run. We want everyone to know, no matter what the gift is, it's appreciated, it's going towards making this museum a place for everyone.
All kinds of. Megan, could you walk us through a little bit about what the feasibility study is?
Sure. Yeah, so, it's, the consulting group we identified different people who are connected to the museum in different ways, so, program participants, donors, members, different board members, all of the above, and just kind of did a broad across the board reach, and they are interviewing those people as to what their perception of the museum is, what they think the community's perception of the museum is, and that will inform a lot of our marketing and how we talk about this campaign in our community, and then also asking some of the questions around, do you think you can support this, and if so, at what level, with no guarantee, with no pledge or guarantee that that's what it would be, but just to get a broad assessment of what, the money coming in is gonna look like, to be totally crass about it.
It's not crass, it's just.
Yeah, the reality of it. But again, if anyone in this room would like to be more involved in the capital campaign, or knows anyone who they think would like to be more involved in the capital campaign, send them my way. I'd love to talk with them. For you.
Well, thank you, Megan.
Yeah, of course.
All right, so it looks like we also need to have a nomination committee for interviews for the open positions on the advisory board. So we need 2 members who are willing to volunteer to interview the candidates. I believe that the report said that there are 4 candidates for the 4 positions. Is that correct? So 3 terms that are expiring, people have elected to renew or interview to renew, and then 1 unfilled position, so new board member. So is there anyone interested?
Well, it kind of eliminates.
Yes, those who are.
That's what I was thinking, they're, candidates are up for.
And I know you did it last
I
time.
did it last year, and it's a wonderful experience, but I think that maybe somebody else.
I don't have the capacity, I'm sorry. Not by the end of May.
Okay. So Catherine's one. Thank you, Catherine.
I'm new, so I don't know how much I can bring to the table, but
No, I think, did you and Carrie come up with questions last time, or did the council sort of guide you in with questions? Do you want to talk a little bit about what you did last
We
time?
have our own questions, as I recall, but
yeah.
they were,
And we'll furnish you with those
They're-
questions.
first of all, these are very short interviews, and I don't know how they'll be this time, but we did it by Zoom just because of
Yeah,
the situation. And that's almost easier when you're,
sure.
when you want somebody to come in and talk to you for 4 minutes. It's hard to have them drive across town,
Yeah.
So I would suggest, if it's all right, to do it that way. But they were sort of freewheeling. We had our 1 or 2 questions that we wanted answered, just very basic.
So I'm gonna need 2 people, so I guess who's ever not here today. Like the other member. Well, Callie, she's up for reappointment.
And she was the
She was
one
it
that
last
year. Last year.
And you were one of the most recent ones interviewed last year, so.
Yeah, we came in together.
I didn't, I wasn't on the.
No, I don't remember.
Anyway, so you would be a good candidate.
Kelly and I.
Okay. Thank you, Linda. Thank you for stepping up. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
that.
I'll do it, as long as it's Zoom, well, I can come in, are we gonna do it Zoom?
I don't know. I would imagine that Zoom will be fine, especially because they're very short.
Joanne, weren't you
Yeah.
kind enough to arrange it for us.
I think I'll get with Catherine and Linda offline and we'll schedule some times. How's that? And we'll work out the details. All right, thank you for volunteering. I will be with you soon.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, any other new business or unfinished business or board comments?
The only thing I have an update on, which isn't really an update, I'm waiting to hear back from Billy Marks, that we talked about that last month. Just to try to find some time from him when he's available to talk more. I don't want to just do it by email ever. I can talk to him about some criteria.
Doesn't he really have to get, he has to get the family to agree to do something? Because there's a foundation and they fight.
Yeah,
There's a lot of infighting.
and that's one of the questions I have to find out. I do know that he's gone to other museums, or at least one or two, in California for presentations.
Okay, so he's,
So, and plus he does it at this club too.
okay.
That I met him about 3 or 4 years ago. But he just started doing like the reminiscing and the things, and the films and the photos this past year.
So he's got something.
He's got a small,
He's got a small-
kind of a small presentation.
Okay.
I've got to find out if when he went, I forget what city he went to, but I was talking about it. Didn't get to go to that one, to see how extensive that was. So he may have more together than we think. And,
Okay.
and so hopefully that's the case.
That would be great to do a presentation.
Something to work with Justin Beach. Obviously,
Yeah.
we are, we usually plan a number of months.
Oh, I
ahead.
know, and I'm figuring it might be something that happens in the next 12 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, not next month.
Right.
Although, like I said, last month, Billy Mark said, hurry up. Because he's 86 or 87, not that that means anything, but in his mind, he was just being funny, you know.
Great. Anything else? Okay, is there a motion to adjourn? Oh, I'm sorry. Did you have something?
Yeah.
have my finger poised.
Oh, okay, got it. I thought you were like, wait a minute, I have a comment. Hi, Susie, you've come
I
just
had a
in
meeting
time.
after school, so I was.
Well, you've come just in time for us to adjourn.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Is there a motion to adjourn? Catherine, a second? Perfect.
That was an easy meeting.
All in favor? Okay, we are adjourned. It is 5:04.